Hi Flosstube, this is Nancy, Quilting Stitcher. Today is April 7th, 2018. I think this is number 21 of my Flosstube videos, but I'm not sure. So, what have I been doing? I have quite a bit to show you. I'm going to try really to make this go fast. So I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter. Mine was very low-key. I did work for 4 hours that day, and then afterwards I went to my daughter's in-laws house. I had dinner with them, spent a couple of hours there. They came home and I just stitched. And I had to go to bed early because I had to be up early Monday morning to go to work. So I had to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh my gosh, Monday, Easter was so pretty and so nice. And it was about 55 degrees and it was sunny and just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Monday, not so much. We had snow, we had rain, we had sleet, we had wind. Oh my gosh, did we have wind? They said, I think I heard that gusts of 45 to 55 miles per hour. I don't know. So when I got off work, I had come home and got into some comfortable clothes and popped in a couple of movies, and I just stitched in the warmth of my house while the wind howled. I was thinking I was not, my house was going to get blown away. It was so bad. What else has been going on? I want to thank everybody who watches my channel, and I have noticed an influx in subscribers. I get probably 1 to 2 a day. I don't know if somebody shouted me out. If they did, if you're a new subscriber, please leave in the comments below where you heard about me. You know, because if somebody has shouted me out, I really, really would like to give them the proper thank you. So I started on Santa's Village because it was a new month. So Santa's Village, I do chart on the first of every month. So on Easter, when I got home from dinner, I did start on Santa's Village, Mrs. Claus's cookie shop. You would think with it snowing and blowing and wind and rain and winter and yucky, I would not want to stitch Christmas stuff, but I did. So I started it and I did a little bit on Easter, but I did the majority of it that day that I sat where it was nice and warm. Oh, it's upside down. Sorry. There you go. I did work on it a little bit on Tuesday. So I worked on it a little bit. I think I did like maybe all the red in the border on Sunday. Monday I stitched on most of it. Tuesday I finished up the brown. So I got all the snow done, all the white. I got the white in Mrs. Claus, all the snowflakes done. That's where I'm at. So anyway, this is a stitch along I am hosting on my Facebook group. If you would like to join, just you can. There's no rules. There's no rules to this. You know, we're in the 4th month, but my daughter, she's doing it, and she actually ended up taking, didn't have a whole lot of March done, but she ended up frogging it all and frogging most of February because she had messed up so bad that she couldn't fudge it. And so I said, well, you just want to start it over? You know, we can probably find just more fabric to dye. And she's like, no. She says, I'm just going to take it out and start it. So if you want to join, you're more than welcome to join. So that's what I worked on the first part of the week. Then the next thing I worked on this on, I believe, since my last video, I've worked on it 3 times. I worked on it a little bit last Friday, because it's my Friday off, when I do the Friday off the grid party. If you are not a part of that Facebook group, you really should. I love it. It's very, there's absolutely no drama on this page. So if you want a drama-free Facebook page, everybody shows their beautiful stitching stuff, this is the page you want, the Facebook group you want to join. But every Friday they do a virtual stitch-in. So this is my piece that I work on for that Plus on the 4th of every month I am working on a patriotical piece, and so this is what I'm working on, Liberty's Welcome by Plum Street Sampler. Okay, so I haven't showed this in a while because the last time I did a video I had worked on it some, but not enough to warrant showing it. I have done a lot. And I'm going to hold it back so you can see what I've done. Now it doesn't seem like a lot because I am really just outlining and then filling in because I want to get the house and the grass done. Because once I get the house and the grass done, the rest of it's going to be fun to stitch because there's so many colors and it's just pretty and everything else. So the last time I showed this, I had part of the house outlined. Maybe this part outlined, I think. I can't remember if I had started this. Outline that. So I got the house finished outlining. So I just need to fill in on the house. Now all the bricks, the fill-in on the bricks on this part is red, or a red color. I'm not sure the exact color, but I got all of this. I'm using DMC, and this is 613, I think. But I had last Friday, not yesterday, but last Friday, March 30th, I had almost all of this done, and I ran out of this floss. So I went into my floss stash, pulled out another skein of 613. It was a total shade lighter than what I was using. So I'm like, oh man, I hope I can find that. So I went to the fabric store that I talk about all the time, and they have DMC. They have DMC, and but it's not. They have the full set of DMC. So if I need a color, I can go there and get it. The only ones they don't have are the new ones that just come out. But I went in there on Monday after I got off work before I come home, and I just picked up all their 613s. And I was going to take this with me so I could make sure I matched it up, and I completely forgot. And I thought I am going to take it because I wanted to work on it on the 4th, and I wasn't going to be able to get to the fabric store until before then. So I just picked up all the 613 they had, and I looked at it, and I chose. They had some of the lighter shade of the one that I had pulled, and then they had the darker shade. And you know, they're just different dye lots. They're the same color, just different dye lots. So I was able to finish up the brick, and then finish up outlining the grass. So outline of the grass. And I'm going to bring this in really, really close. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I have stitched all of Liberty's Welcome in there. I guess you can kind of sort of see it. So Liberty's Welcome is stitched in there. So last night I participated in the Friday Off the Grid, and I started stitching at 6 o'clock because you start at 6 p.m. your time and go till midnight. And you're supposed to post, you're supposed to post a picture of your beginning and then when you end so that everybody can see your progress. I am really bad at that. I'm really bad at taking pictures of my stitching when I'm in the process. So I didn't take a picture, but I worked from about 6 p.m. until 10:30. I stitched, taking about 45 minutes out of there to fix my grandson dinner. He did spend the night last night. One of my grandsons spent the night last night, and so I fixed him dinner, and so I stopped for about 45 minutes. In that time, that's all I stitched. This is going to take me forever to fill in on this green, and then I still got to go back in and fill in on the house. But so yeah, that's what I got done last night. So there you go. I am slowly getting all of this stitching done. I may pull this out next Friday if I do the Friday night thing again, some weeks I get participate in it, some weeks I don't. No, I don't, but I usually don't know until that day. So um, this is going to go up. This is going to be put away for a while. I'll probably stitch maybe next Friday, but you probably won't see this again till I get all of the rest of that filled in, because why show it if it's just going to be the same thing over and over. The next thing I worked on yesterday, I worked on this yesterday. I actually started this yesterday. So I got quite a bit done just during the day yesterday, and then I worked on it a little bit this morning. But I finished my last shepherd's bush stocking. I finished it in March. I'm trying to do one a month. So far, I am on track. I'm not saying it's going to continue on track, but that's what I'm planning on doing. These are so much fun. So even though I'm stitching a shepherd's bush and I'm just keep, finishing one, starting another, because I plan on doing all of them, and I think there's 21 in the series, and I'm going to do them all, but I'm not finishing them all because I'm going to do them all. I'm going to stitch them all, but not put any names on them until I have them all done, so that I can decide who in the family is getting which stocking. And unless one actually just speaks to me and says, no, this stocking is for this person. So I finished up the one, and I did get it finished up in March. I think I finished it up either Friday or Saturday. The Friday or Saturday before Easter, I can't remember. So yesterday I started on the next one, and I'm rotating between boy and girl. So I did a boy, then I did a girl. Last month, March, I finished a boy. Now I'm starting on a girl. And this is Tina's stocking. This is the only picture I have of it. And that's what's called, is Tina's stocking. And these really are fast stitches, because I do not work on them every single day during the month. I just work on them a few days here and there. But this is what I got done. This is like what do they call them? Pinafores? That are like the little aprons that go over the dresses. That is her pinafore. And then I got her sleeve done. I still have to, I'm outlining so that when I just need some mindless stitching, I can just go back in and fill in. There are flowers that I'll have to go in and put in here, and then I can just go and do the fill in. So that is what I've done. And you can see I've started down here on her dress. It's really light. This is the lines are 739, and this is 225 in here. So it's a little light pink color. But that's what I have done. I got done on her. Like I said, I just worked on her yesterday during the day, and then I worked on her some this morning. You'll notice I'm in a different spot. I hope the lighting is okay. Because it's so dark and dreary outside, my normal spot that I film in it's really dark in there. Even opening up all the blinds and turning the light on and everything, it was just so dark. And I wasn't sure that the colors on everything would show up. So this is my living room. This is my hutch. It's got all of, these were my mom's dishes. I don't know if they were hers that she got from my grandma, or all I know is she's had these dishes. My mom had these dishes forever. They're older than me. And then that's my February chalk, year-end chalk that I have not done March. So the February one is still up. This is right here, you will see, is that Blackbird design that I did in memory of my grandmother. Anyway, so in here, and I have this is my mom's hanky, and I have some doilies that my grandma had crocheted. And anyway, this is just holds a lot of memories in there. So anyway, so I'm in this spot because there's a lot of light right here. So I hope everything's coming up okay. So the next whip that I worked on was this one. Was No Bees and No Honey. This one, I was hoping to have it done by the end of March. I did not get it done. But I'm really, really, really close. In fact, I think tonight when I get home, today is my grandson's, not the one I have a grandson that spent the night last night. but his cousin, his birthday is today. It's this afternoon. In fact, we're going to be headed over there here in a few minutes. But his birthday party is today. He turned 9 on Thursday, and his birthday party is today. So when I get home tonight, I plan on finishing this. But like I said, I'm really close. No bees, no honey. I have an E here, an O here, and then this border right here repeats around it. And then I did have right here, I did have this. It was a block like this with my initials in it, if you remember, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. I did not. I decided I did not. So I pulled it out. I kind of recharted it. I'm going to put this flower up in there. I'm going to do this block, but I'm going to put my initials, and I think I'm going to put a flower in there. But so this is, like I said, really close. So hopefully in my next video it will even be fully finished. I'm hoping I have a frame that it fits in. So what else? Okay, so quickly, let's keep going. Over a week ago, I come home from work. It'd been a long day at work, and I was tired. And anyway, I noticed it seems like sometimes, I wonder if stitchers know that, like, if you have a bad day, they know when to send a package so that on that bad day you get something good on your step. I come home from work. It had been a long day. It was crazy busy at work, and I had a package on my step, and I could not figure out, because I thought I had not ordered anything. Anyway, thank you, Esther. My friend, she's one of my subscribers, and she sent me a package, and I was not even expecting this. I had no clue she was even sent this. I had sent her my pattern, just the outline of my shepherd's bush stocking that I had put on paper, and I had sent her that pattern. So it wasn't like a chart or anything. It was just the pattern that I had drawn out on like 4 different sheets of paper. And I had sent that to her because she had asked me if I would share that. So I did. And so I was not ever expecting this. And I come home from work, and there is a package on my step from her. And she sent me this cute little Easter card. Isn't that cute? This was before Easter. I got this the week before Easter, the card. And then she had sent me this, and I have not eaten this because I want to show it. So it will get eaten now, obviously, because I like chocolate. Anyway, so I got that. And then this Easter M&Ms, the caramel ones, because she obviously listens to me because I love M&Ms, they're my favorite. And then she sent me this little tin. Isn't that cute? It's a little tin. And inside was these are called binding clips. Little binding clips, and you use them to hold your binding when you're quilting. I don't know if you can see them very well. There we go. And there's like 5 or 6 of them in there. And I don't use them just for binding. I use them, these are just nice little clips to have. You can use them to hold a chart or whatever. So she sent me that. And then she sent me a chart. And I did not have this chart. She says, I hope you don't have this chart. This has been on my wish list on my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list for a long time. And it is by the Scarlet House, called Christmas in the Village. Isn't that cute? I just love it. So thank you, Esther, for this nice gift, because I was totally not expecting this. Other things that I have received, everybody has seen this, is the Farmhouse Christmas. This is the 3rd in the series. These are not something I am going to stitch up right away. I'm going to wait till they all 9 of them come out, because I may change the colors and make like the snow grass, and maybe make the birds blue, and maybe add some flowers. I haven't decided yet, because these would fit into my kitchen here in the decor really well, and I have a basket that I might make, because I am going to finish them like this when I do stitch them. But I think I don't want them Christmassy. I want them to be so I can have them out all year round. So I got that. And then the next thing I got was, I have been looking for this since Market, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I'm like, why doesn't anybody have this? It's a popular pattern that came out at Market. Why doesn't everybody have this? And so I posted on one of the Facebook groups, how come I can't find this chart? And come to find out, it was a Market exclusive release. And so if you went to Market, the shop owners could buy it there, but it's not something that would be available to any other shops that did not go there until after 30 days. So they said, but go on to Etsy, you can find it. So I went on to, it's called the Cottage Needle on Etsy, and I got it. Heartstring Samplers, Prairie Life Sampler, because I loved Little House on the Prairie as a growing up. I loved it, loved it, loved it. This was, I don't remember watching a whole lot of TV when I was a child and growing up. This was one that was, and what night was it on? I think it was on Monday nights, but I'm not sure. But this is one that I watched every single week. So anyway, got that one, and it was on Etsy. Etsy. The Cottage Needle, fast shipping. I ordered it and I had it in less than a week, and it came from, I believe it came from Oklahoma. So in less than a week I had that. The next thing I ordered, okay, so I had seen this in the Market previews. I had seen it in the videos that people were posting at Market. I'm not a reproduction sampler type person. I like samplers, but you know, I'm not into the reproduction samplers. The other one that has spoke to me and called my name was the Ufendale sisters, and I did purchase that one, and I purchased it. I have not stitched it, and I don't know when or if I will ever stitch it. I did purchase it, one, because it was a limited edition, so once it was gone, it was gone. And I figured if I wanted it, I better get it now, because, you know, who knows if you could ever get it again. And if you could, it would probably be on eBay for an extraordinary amount of money. And it was an expensive chart as it was. So I got that one. But then this one kind of caught my eye. And I had not, so I kind of looked for it in that. And then when Julie, the Gulf Coast Stitcher, opened up her shop, I went on there and she had it on there, and I thought, I'm going to get it, because every time I've seen it, I've thought, I really want this sampler. It's not something I'm going to stitch right away. Julie is going to start a stitch along on it. I think she said the first part of August, but I'm not sure. And I don't know, and maybe I will, or maybe I won't join in the stitch along, I don't know. So Julie, Gulf Coast Stitcher, she has a shop. It's called GulfCoastStitches.com. So go onto her website. She has some really good stuff. The service is fast. She's a great communicator. If there's something out of stock, all you have to do is email her or send her a message. There might be a way to contact her on her webpage. I think she has her email on her webpage, and you just can email her. So if she has something that's out of stock, all you have to do is email her, say, hey, when you get this in stock, put me on the list, I want it. I ordered this, and I had it in less than a week also, and it came from Florida to Idaho, so that's a long ways to travel, and I had it in less than a week. But she sent this cute little card with it that said, thank you for your purchase, and this is the sampler. Miss Lucy Colcutt, 1825. And when I showed this to my husband, and I was explaining to him the whole thing about reproduction samplers, how they reproduce off of an original sampler that was stitched, and I just tell my husband, I says, this was stitched by an 8-year-old little girl. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not going to stitch it right away. I may or may not join the stitch along in August. I haven't decided. But and I'm not going to stitch it with the silks because I can't afford the silks, but I'll use, they do have a DMC conversion, so I'll probably do the DMC conversion. Maybe I will go in, and if I have enough of the Victoria Models threads, maybe I'll use them on this and convert it over. But isn't that just, I love it. And they talked about why they left this spot out in the video at market. I think it was either she didn't, Miss Lucy did not stitch anything there, or it was so deteriorated they couldn't tell what was there, so they left it blank. And they said one of the options you could do is you could stitch like your name or your initials there and the year. And so I don't know what I'll do, but this one spoke to me. Like I said, I'm not into the reproduction samplers, so they really do have to speak to me and say, hey, and this one did, and I just love it. So I got that. The other thing I got is, I showed you in my last video some haul that I got from 123 Stitch. Well, there was some stuff that when I ordered it, it was there, but then by the time they shipped it out, it was on back order. So I did get that in. I got this one in. This is Oh Christmas Tree. I just love that. And then I got this one's, this is a funny story. I got this one in. And I got this package in on a day that I had worked long hours and I was tired, and I opened it up, and usually I'll open it up and kind of look at the charts a little bit and then just set them aside. But I usually don't ever open up the actual chart and actually look at the chart, especially on something like this. On something like this, I did open it up and look at the chart and read the little story that was in there and stuff, but I didn't on this one. But but I usually don't on these kind of, but for some reason that day I did, and I opened it up and there's nothing in it, and I'm like, what the heck? And so and I thought, okay, am I just dreaming this? You know, I was really tired. Am I just dreaming this? Anyway, it took me a few minutes to realize that the chart had not been printed on the inside of this paper, or on the inside of this, and this is one of the original charts. So it was an easy fix. I just emailed 123 Stitch, and I had taken a picture, because I had taken a picture and posted it on the Prairie Schooler Facebook group, and I'm like, because it was funny. I actually saw this once I realized that I was not imagining all this. It was funny. I thought it was funny. So I just emailed 123 Stitch, and she did send me the chart with the pattern on the inside. And she did, she said, here is the new order number for this. I popped it into the mail today, and then she put PS. I did make sure that the chart was printed on the inside. So I got that. The other thing I got is this Prairie Schooler. This is a reprint. It's the spring sampler. I do have the summer, the autumn, and the winter samplers, and I could not find this one. I think I found this one on, I found it on eBay or Etsy. I can't remember. So I've got that one, the spring sampler. And then a while back, I had someone, I was looking for the little House Needleworks sheep virtue charts, and I had posted to somebody saying, hey, does anybody have them for sale? I think I posted on 123 Stitch, and somebody emailed me and said, hey, I have them. I have 6 of them. She says, I have them all, but she says, I've only done 6 of them. I will send you my 6. Great. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. And I showed them in a video a long time ago that I had gotten them. And she did tell me that when she gets done with the other 6, she would go ahead and ship them to me if I wanted. But I'm one of those that if I start a series, I want the whole series. And I was worried because you never know when charts are going to not be available anymore. I mean, you know, you never know. So I decided that I didn't want to take the chance, and I wanted the rest of the series. So I bought the last 6 of the sheep virtue charts. So I got them. And then I also got from Lila Studios the winter seasons and the autumn seasons. I did try to order the summer and the spring. They were out of stock at 123 Stitch because that's where I got these. But I did notice the other day they were back in stock, so I have ordered them and they are on their way to me. So I've got those. And oh, I do have a finish. I only have one finish this time. It was finished at the end of March. I believe it was either Friday or Saturday before Easter, so I did finish at the end of the March. And that is the shepherd's bush stocking that I was working on. So I am right on track of getting one of these done a month because I have 3 of them now finished. Well, one of them is finished, but I need to go in and add, make them wider, so I need to add some stuff onto it. But for the most part, I am really on track. So I finished this one. This is, I believe this one was reed stocking. I can't remember for sure. So there it is. Go up here closer so you can see it. It does really look muted on the screen to me. I don't know if when you see this, it's going to be look the same as it is to me. But the colors in this one is not as vibrant as the colors in the last 2 I've stitched or the one that I am now stitching. But in real life, they are actually very, very pretty. And it does kind of like look like some stuff should go here, and it does. There, when I do the charm pack, it will put some charms and some beads and some ribbons and stuff there. So that is my finish. Since my last video, that's my only finish I have. What else do I have? Okay, so then I got my from Down Sunshine Lane, the needle minder of the month. I got it. I actually found some buttons, and I'll show, probably on my next video. I have been making needle minders like crazy using these buttons I found on Etsy. And I have some more coming. And so hopefully by my next video I can just show them all. And I thought, well, getting all these needle minders, I don't need this many needle minders. So I thought maybe I would quit the Down Sunshine Lane Needle Minder of the Month Club until I received the one for April. Isn't it adorable? Little butterfly. This is one of their clay ones. And isn't that cute? So now, I don't know. I think I'm just going to continue with this one because I love them. Every month they come out with one that's cuter than the last. So, and then I also received my Victorian Motto threads for April. That's the one thing I like about Victorian Motto, their Thread of the Month Club, and the Down Sunshine Lane Needle Minder Club. When I pay for them, because they PayPal me an invoice, and I pay for them, I have them like within 3 days. No kidding. It's crazy. See if I can find something to put this. This will be good for something, huh? So these are my threads. Oh, I'm not a big fan of, well, there we go. Not a big fan of this green one, because I like greens, but I like more of the deeper greens, primitive greens, but it'll be used. I'll use it maybe in the spring. But there's Lucky Shamrock. This one is called Sunny. I don't even know how to say the last name. Say it. That actually looks like it's. These are all pretty true to color. They're showing it pretty true to color. Let's see. I'm going to do this a little bit different here. This one is Lavender Petals. And we got Slate Roof and Regal Orchid. This one is a very pretty plum color. This one is a gray, but it's got some deep plums in it, plum color in it. And what else do we got? I do the 12 skeins of floss. This one is Spring Bloom, and this one is English Early Iris. Those are pretty true to color. And then We got pistachio green. This is showing up a little bit brighter than what it is in the life. And this one is deep rouge pink. So very pretty. And then the last three is cocoa bean, favorite aqua, and deep grapevine. Deep grapevines. Those are showing up pretty true to color also. So those are my Victoria Motto ones. And then I got my fabric of the month for March from Crazy Annie's. And I do the 14 count Aida. And this month it was Legacy by Picture This Plus. And it is, I don't know if it's going to show the true color. It's kind of a green. The modeling in it is very pretty. But it's kind of got a green undertone to it, just like, I don't know. So when I got this, I thought, I have been wanting to stitch this for quite some time. I'm going to cover up the chart. I've been wanting to stitch this for quite some time. And Lynette from Homestay on the Homefront is doing a stitch along, and I believe it's going to begin Labor Day weekend. So I mean it's a ways out, and so it's not like I need to get this up really quick or anything. But I thought that would be really pretty on that, because the color that they use here is Pear by Lakeside Linens. And so I thought, well, that would be pretty on there. And then, but this is not going to be, whoops, showing the pattern. This is not going to be stitched on this because I was going through I was putting something in my file cabinet I was putting a chart away or something, I can't remember. But, and I have all my charts in alphabetical order by designer. And it was towards the back, and it was Stony Creek. And these charts, let's see, where are they? I went the wrong bag. I saw these charts and I thought, oh, I want to stitch this. I want to stitch this. These are by Stony Creek. They are the Pattern of the Month series that started in November of 2013 and ended in April of 2014. And I decided I want to stitch this. And I'm not going to start on it right away. I'm going to finish up my No Bees and No Honey, and then there's another. I want to finish up another one of my 12 Days of Christmas starts that I started, so I can get some of those whips out of there and things I started. So I'm not going to start it right away, but maybe this will be a Mother's Day start or something. So anyway, I pulled this out and I thought, okay, I'm going to start this, or I'm going to kit this up so that when I'm ready to start it, it's all kitted up. So I pulled out and I got all the flosses. It's all DMC floss, with the exception of there's a couple of Weeks Dye Works, but I was looking at it and the Weeks Dye Works are done are just the outlining of the words, like the back stitching the words, these little words here. And I thought, I am not using overdye floss to do that, so I'm just the whole thing is going to be done in DMC. And so then I was looking at what their fabric choice was to what they stitched this on. And theirs was 28 count Picture This Plus Legacy Cashel Linen, or 14 count Picture This Plus Legacy Aida. So it was meant to be, because 14 count Picture This Plus Legacy Aida. So that's going to be what I'm going to stitch this on. And I feel like I'm going back and forth, but that's what the whole thing looks like. You can stitch these individually or together. So I have it all kitted up. There's my flosses for it. It's all kitted up. I have the fabric for it. The only thing I don't have is it does call for buttons. You do not have to put the buttons on. You can actually just stitch where the buttons are, but I have ordered the buttons from Stony Creek. So this is all ready to go, just waiting on the buttons, but it doesn't matter. I can start it without the buttons because I don't put them on until they do it anyway. So that is what I am putting this on. So I was really happy when I realized it's the exact same. I never use call for fabric because I just use what's in my stash and then use the color I want or dye it to the color I want or whatever. So yeah, I'll be able to use the call for fabric on this. The only other thing I have is I kitted up another project. This is going to be what I call my purse project, and I'm going to put this in my purse. And I am going to, I kitted it up, and I'm going to stitch those. So these are going to be something that's going to be, I wanted something that would be really easy in my purse. So I decided to kit those up. I am using just fabric I found in my stash that was as close as I could get it to what she had stitched it on, which is this. No idea the color, no idea the brand name, but it is, this doesn't show as it being the same, but it is almost the exact same color as she used. So I'm going to do those, and I have enough that I can do all 9 ornaments when because she's coming out with 9 in this series, and so I have enough of this fabric to do all 9 of them. So that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for you today. I gotta get off here. We got to head over to my daughter's house for the birthday party. It starts in about 45 minutes, and so I'm gonna see if I can get this started uploading, and so it could be uploading while I'm gone. So I want everybody to have a great weekend, the rest of your weekend. Today's my last day off, so my weekend is over as of today. Go back to work tomorrow, but that's okay. My job lets me buy all of this stuff. So anyway, everybody have a great weekend and have a great week, and I'll see you back hopefully in a couple of weeks. Bye.